Okay, so the market's finally open, and I'm just gonna show you an example of a market pending that lasts 15 minutes. So this concept's based on the idea that if the market can move 10 to 35 pips in 15 minutes, but not move any further than 55 pips, that I can trade that retracement with a bank of tickets that equals pretty much any amount you'd want to create. I'd say 5 tickets might be the maximum for most brokers to handle, and some brokers can't even handle that. So you might have a issue with placing even more than one order, so gotta be careful, but just test it on a demo. But for instance, here I created a ticket that'll buy 10 pips deep. Starts placing buy limits 10 pips deep, and then it's going to probably buy, I don't know, there's like 4 tickets, and then you get to 25 pips deep with a 45 pip stop. That's going to last for 4 hours. And I'm putting the timestamp at the end, so it would be this one's 15 minutes. This one's got a deeper stop, a deeper end of the world stop, 55 pips from the moment you drop it. So you can drop this on the chart, and this ticket's going to last for 50 minutes. So just laid it in there. Just put the orders in. Now I can do it again because I don't think the market's going to spike down there, so I can just run another script here. Basically, I'm betting the market, for some reason, if it can spike down 10 pips in the next 15 minutes, I want to capture that. And I put an arrow at the first ticket and an arrow at the last ticket. So as soon as I drop this script on the chart, you're going to see the first ticket is 10 pips deep there, that little arrow. It's kind of hard to see it here because it's so close to the market. It's almost like buying at the market. Let me zoom in on this. Okay. So this is a half-hour chart. Of course, 15-minute chart. If you were trading on stop entries that last 15 minutes, in other words, if the market can't make a decisive move in a certain period of time, this order is going to disappear in 15 minutes. And you can set it to 30 minutes. And it's pretty much an endless grid of possibility. Not that you're not, this is almost like non-directional grid trading, but only one leg of the tour, so you're only on one side of the equation. You're not going in both legs and no margin and waiting for one side to lose or win and take that leg off, and then you're looking for that retracement that's going to last through the swing. If you're, of course, once it goes into a trending pattern, then you're going to wipe the account out or just keep losing, because unless you put your orders in a staggered series, you're going to run into problems because you're too linear then, unless you're buying more as it goes deeper, which is counter to most people's thinking. But every move I've seen in the market makes more money when you're into the extreme compression level and the market's unbelievably done to that side, and then you can, you just made so much money you don't have to work any, you don't even have to trade for the next whatever time span. How much ever money you got in that account, what you need to live on, presupposing you're totally comfortable making whatever percentage you can squeeze out of an account. But yeah, I'm just gonna hit the pause button on this and come back and see if I got filled on any of these tickets. I can come back every 15 minutes and drop the same script here. And, you know, every hour, I could have an hour script that buys 30 pips deep. It's kind of endless possibilities. These up here last for a day. So if I think the market's going to plunge, I'm going to buy this and put a scalp bank down in these prices down here. So earlier I got hotkey assignments. So I can buy 90 pips deep in 4 hours. So if the market can move 90 pips in 4 hours, that's a bounce I want to get in on, because I think it has the highest probability of bounce because the market's so compressed. So totally compressed into that zone. So that's, to me, the ultimate spring-loaded reversal, getting in literally at the bottom, because some tickets aren't going to fill. You've laid such a bank that you know, you're just counting on the spike. You're trading the spike and you're out. Bam, it's over. Just made so much money, but you kind of did it because the volatility was there and it matched the time period of your script. But you kind of have to think way out in front of the market, like the ones that you drop that last for a day. You got to put those pretty wide if you're good trading it, because you don't want to get filled at 20 pips down unless you think you're in a trend, in uptrend. You don't want to get a buy limit filled. So you could set it and forget it and have these for weekly and monthly tickets that just are laying in an account somewhere, and you're actually trading the monthly chart, you know, for the way it behaves monthly. And so yeah, this is just 30 minutes. Every chart's 30 minutes on here. I'm just running RSI because it's just such a easy bonehead indicator. And so I can just drop these tickets with hotkeys on all 8 currencies, so I can pretty much look for the best setup, the most extreme contradiction, where the market's just so ridiculously on the other side of price, like when it came down in here. So when the market's just totally ridiculous, it's taken out these stops and then it has to come up and go to this. I'm just using 50 pip handles because you can count all the money easier. So you can line your pockets on this 50 pip drama or 25 pip drama. And so right now I'm going to lay in an order that's going to last for 4 hours. I think I'm going to go, based on the grid, I'm going to go 60 pips deep, just because I really don't want to get filled unless it goes down here and it becomes an insane, you know, they blew up, you know, there's another earthquake or something. Because these spikes here, to me, this is where all the money's at. If this script lasts, this is a half-hour chart, so say you dropped some buy banks here, or dailies even, to buy 50 pips deep during the day, you would get it filled on this if you wrote the script so that it actually took into account that some of those tickets are going to be small ones that are set for this possible better than 100% retracement. And then, you know, this is the top of the session here. It clips the trees there. You know, you could sell at the I mean, your trading style selling at the market. By the market, sell at the market, you got to be, it's like riding a horse, you know, you got to be ready to bail and everything. So, but if you're a long-term trader and you go to the 4-hour chart and you want to say, oh yeah, you know, let me put some daily orders in really deep here, 50 pips, risk 50 pips there. I mean, come on. If it comes down there, you know, you want to get in, so you can just lay these one ticket scripts here that last the whole day, because you don't want to expose yourself to too much of the market's drama, because you don't know what's going to happen. So you never know what's going to happen. But you do control your exposure in a time series, so you never have to worry about sleeping at night, because you know, okay, if I drop this $50,000 ticket that lasts for 4 hours with a 50 pip stop and a 50 pip. This is like a scalp order. Imagine it comes down all the way here, and for some reason people buy it because they can't believe it nicked about, there's probably orders down there or something. So and then you can just lay them on your the best way to go is to lay them on the closing price. So I say place them like this, where it's at the pivot point, and you can set it so it'll ask you this question every time you place one of these tickets. But I actually don't like that. So you can actually turn that off inside the code and make it so that it always just drops it. Like I think this one will drop without asking me. So I can just stack these orders up in here because I just know how it is. If we come down here, so it's the place to buy. I'm just backward engineering the market all the way back to, I can put the dailies in here safely because I don't have any doubt that this is a serious buy zone. It's Australian dollar daily, but I think this thing's got to come down a little bit more here for me to get in and really make some great scalps. Okay, so this is 50. There's 100 pips on these. It's like 50 pips from the dotted to the undotted line. Solid to the dotted is 50. So yeah, now this daily thing's kind of hard to watch, so I'm just trying to scalp this. I bought in here too early, of course, so I have these tickets. I want it to come up to here and get me out of this bottom here, but I think it could go down for another dip, and I definitely want to capture that. Like in the next 15 minutes, if it can go down, I drop that script. It's actually going to buy all the way. This whole zone will buy for the next 15 minutes, and this is the stop, master stop on all these tickets up here. So the first ticket is a terrible risk to reward ratio. What's probably break even. There's probably an exit up here, the blue part, but it lets you be in the market psychologically. So if you want to if you think, oh, you know what, it's coming near the bottom, and of course that's only going to last 15 minutes. So if it could actually spike down there and do one of these where you spike down and you reverse, and it's like, wow, how could I miss that trade? But you kind of have to keep dropping the scripts. I don't have a robot doing it. I have to manually drop each script because you can't. If a robot was to drop the script, you'd have to give him a criteria, and he wouldn't be able to see the lay of the land. So he can't. The robot's not going to say, "Gosh, I can draw this perfect trend line on this half-hour chart." And let me go to the 1 hour. I don't think the robot's going to be able to see how that falls into the lay of the land. Like all these great prices down here, so I would definitely go for the hotkey and run a bank, 70 pips deep. So I'll buy 70 to about some insane number here, and I'm going to get in with a stop here. So I'm willing to buy this zone, and that it only takes you depending on how fast your broker is, it only takes you seconds to drop that ticket. I mean, look at this. I mean, come on. And just walk away. I mean, why kill yourself, right?